Hi, this video is how to make a timetable using aSc software, part 3. So in the first two parts we did building of the timetable framework, how you make the initial blocks that make the timetable. In part 2 we did creating the timetable, and in part 3 we're going to do enhancing the timetable. So using the picture, I just want to make clear this part 2, we finished the timetable, it was done, we had somewhere to live, but part 3 just makes it look better and more usable, and maybe you might want to make some changes in the future. So let's look at enhancing the timetable. If you want to take it from looking basic like this, black and white, over to some color version that just is a bit more appealing and a bit more understandable for students and other people that will use it. So the main thing you need to do is to add a design to the timetable, and this improves the visual aspect. Just so you know, the timetable design does take a little fiddly work getting around to getting used to, but once you've done it once, it's done for the rest of the time. You just need to open up that type design every time. So the main thing you need to do is add color. I think if anything, if you don't want to do other designs, you just add the color, that will help. So I'll quickly break away and show you that. So here is my timetable that I made before. If I go to print preview, I can see it's black and white. It's not very appealing. Click on colors here. So we're going to use design and colors here. And then this page opens up and it has the different things we can print in color. Quite simply, print in color will do it. If you click on OK, then all those colors we assigned to teachers, we assigned to classes earlier, suddenly appear. And in my opinion, that's enough design you can do just to add the color. Click through the pages, it shows for all classes, click through the teachers. I need to go back into colors and print in color for the teachers there. So it just makes it easier so the teachers can see quickly, I've got 3 classes that day, or I've got 4 classes that day. That's how the colors help. So you need to add color, very important. But you may want to also do other design stuff. Now there's so many different things I could show you, but these are the basic things that I think make a good timetable design. First of all, you need to save the name of the design. Then you need to right click on the timetable in the different parts that you want to change. You should adjust font, size, style, position. You might want to add a header with the class information at the top, and you might want to add a logo of your school. So I'm going to create my design now. I'm going to click on print preview. I'm going to be on the timetable for each class. I'm going to go to design. I'm going to go to new, and I'm just going to name this after myself. And I want it to apply to all classes, yeah. So click and it's done. Now it's lost those headers and those footers, so I just need to make sure I do a load of design now. So I'm not happy with these days. I don't like choose. I want to see the full word. So I'm going to right click, go to timetable settings. I want to print the full name. The font size I'm not bothered with, the position I'm happy with, and there. So now we've got the full name. These times here just seem far too small for me. So I'm going to right click again, timetable settings, go to the font. Was that the font time? Yeah. I'm not happy with the size of that. I'm just going to increase it to 20. Let's see what that looks like. The lesson I'm okay with, but I might just make it bold. Click OK. There. So now we're seeing slightly bigger times with the font size, the number in bold. The cells, I'm okay with those cells, but if you notice it's not showing me the room for the classes that are in the room, so I just need to check that that's there. So I'm going to right click, timetable settings, classroom, it says do not print if home classroom, but I want them to print that it's home classroom. Also, I'm not happy with the position in the middle. At the top I want to move it to the left. For the teacher I might just move it to the right. And then I think everything else is okay. Let's see. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Okay. So we'll click on Design P. I think it's saved. Yeah, it's already saved, so everything's fine. If I go to teacher, let me just check it's on each class. Oh, there we go. I'm clicking save. So if I go to the next class, it should all start looking the same. If I go to the teacher, it's not there. So I might need to go to design, add Pete, apply to Cristiano, apply to all teachers. Done. So now we're starting to see those changes I just made there. The colors are not there, so I need to go back to that. Okay. Now, one problem is we've lost that header that we had a minute ago. If I go to the top here and I edit the design on this top, two boxes have appeared. Now if I double click on here, I can change what I put in there. So I don't want to see click the right mouse button. What I want to see is the name of the class. If I go to custom field and click name, it's going to appear. Or I could click short name, depending on what you want. I can choose the font color. Yeah, let's have a bluish kind of color. And I'm happy with where it's placed. So if I click OK, there. Now it's starting to appear. We have class names at the top. At the top here, I'm not happy with that. So I'm going to put the name of the course. It's the MUFC diploma. And we're in term 2022-20. And it's June, no, it's May 2022. Again, I'll change the font color. It's gonna look okay. Okay, so now I have a header and a footer. If I go to the next one and save, it's now starting to change it there. Should change for the teachers too. Yeah, it's changed for the teachers too. If I want to enhance it a bit more, I will make this box a little smaller. Move it across. And I'm going to add something else there. I'm going to add right click, add an object. In this one, I'm going to put the name of the class teacher. Let's try that. Change the font. I might make it just a little bit smaller because the name of the class is important. Click OK. And now that appears there. So we have the name of the teacher, the main teacher that is. And then I'm going to add one more thing, which is the name of the classroom. So add object, custom, home classroom. For this one, I'm going to put a background color, mix it up a little bit. Click OK. Font size, let's make it small again. 3, okay. Yep, that's starting to look good. So one thing I'm going to do as well is just add a logo. I'm just going to remove the text. I'm going to add an object, and you can add a picture. So this is where your logo is going. Click on browse. My logo is here. Beautiful logo it is. Click on OK. Doesn't come up pretty. So just adjust the size here. Okay, so when I click off the page, click save, I'm now seeing a much nicer looking timetable. Click through, click on the teachers, and it's done. Another thing you might need to do with the timetable, once it's started, the term started, you might need to make some changes. Now, changes could be due to teacher problems, they could be due to new groups or closing groups, you could have clashes with timetables, you might need to move classrooms. I don't need to show you this on the thing, but my advice is that you lock all the periods and all the classes that don't need to be changed. Remember, right click on that group and click lock. drag and drop manually. I wouldn't use generate new for these small changes. If you have a conflict, it might pop up and say, which one do you want to choose? And my advice is when you save a new timetable, save it with version 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 at the end. If you change the timetable hugely, change it to 2.1, 2.2 like this. And then always share your changes with the stakeholders, the students, the teachers, student services, because if there's timetables out there, they might be using an old one. If a teacher has got a different one to the students, it's going to cause a problem. And then the final thing is a cover schedule. Now, why do we need a cover schedule? Well, number one, it tells you as the manager who is available and when they're available. It tells the teachers when they might be asked to cover a class. And also it's just fair to know that you're not going to be overly asked to cover other people. It can lead to staff conflict and things like that. So what you need to do is add cover as a whole other class, and you need to add it as a subject. It's actually appeared in all parts of the video. You need to build the normal timetable as if there's cover, lock the other periods, and then generate as new. So on here we've got cover missing. I've added it as a subject here, and I've added the class as cover. So you go into cover, you right click, add the lesson as you've done before. You could just do new lesson, but a quick way to do it is to add more. And on here you select the teacher name, you select the subject, which is cover, you select the number of times they're going to cover. We're going to have Ronaldo cover 3 times. Work through the teachers, add them, click on generate new, and then you will have a cover schedule which looks a bit like this, and on the teacher's timetable will show as cover. So Cristiano knows he's going to be covering period 2 on a Wednesday, Thursday, period 3 on a Tuesday. Okay, so that's it. That's the end of all the videos. Like I say, the timetable is made, but to just enhance the timetable and improve the overall appearance, you would use these steps. Okay, thank you.